We're on our way from Elephant Butte State Park South Monticello unit to Elephant Butte State Park Desert Cove unit. Takes about 15 minutes, but we're going to talk on the way. What are we going to talk about? Let's talk about tiny homes. Why? Because I'm fixing to buy one. Why am I fixing to buy one? Well, because it's calculatus eliminatus. If you want to find out where something is, first you have to find out where it ain't. Okay? Well, I've checked a lot of different ways to live my life. As you know, most of you probably, and this is just another test. I'm going to buy it appears. I mean, I think I've already got the deal done based on what I've been told, and I'm going to buy a tiny home in Alamogordo, New Mexico, and live in it during the winters or the cooler weather, and then go up to Cloudcroft in the warmer weather, because I have a little home base there. It's a travel trailer under a cover, and we'll see how that works. Because it's only 25 miles from Alamogordo to Cloudcroft up the mountain. You go from 4,300 feet, I think, to 8,500 feet, and the temperature will drop 20 degrees. In the summer, that's great. Okay, so turn that on. It's just a little misty rain here in the desert. I'm sure the desert considers this a heavy rain, but anyway, I'll put my timer wipers on and we'll see what happens. So, but again, it's just a test. If it works, then it'll continue. If it doesn't work, then I'll put the home on the market and sell it and go do something else. And you can call me a flipper or a flopper or whatever you want to do. I don't really care. I'm doing me the best I can, and I'm just working my plan as I'm going along here and testing different things. And for those of you that choose not to do that, that's the way you live, and this is the way I live. I like to have something to do, something to look forward to, and doing these sorts of things that I'm doing, buying property in different locations, allows me to find out, do I want to live in Alamogordo? Maybe. It's a population 30,000 town, got good shopping, medical facilities if I need them. I'm 78. So far, I haven't been to. Well, I went to an MD or general practitioner a year ago, and had an annual physical, but it wasn't much of a physical, I have to tell you that. And now it's going to rain right in the middle of my parade here. You know what I mean? But actually, this is great, guys. When it rains in the desert, as some of you may know, the smell of the rain in the desert is just freaking awesome, man. I can smell it now. But anyway, going to try the tiny home thing and see how it works out. See how this plan works. You can have a great plan, just like SpaceX has a great plan to launch this giant rocket, and it took them 3 tries to get it right. Well, almost right, and eventually they will get it right. Well, I kind of use that same philosophy. I test different things or different ways of living to see if that is the final one, the perfect moment, and so that's all I'm doing, is just testing different ideas and seeing how they work. And but I'll probably be the final idea I'll test is the last one. You know what I mean? The one where you don't get to test anymore this side of the ocean, so to speak. But anyway, on and on we go. This is a pleasant drive. Particularly, this is a Sunday morning, about 8:30 a.m. Temperature shows to be 43 degrees outside, a little cool, but part of that is the moisture in the air here in the desert works like a swamp cooler or a water cooler air conditioner thing, because the dry air is evaporating that moisture and creating a coolness in addition to the natural coolness of a quote norther that just came through, or that's kind of coming through. So we'll run our test here the next few months and see what happens. And as far as the place in Texas, I had a guy say he wanted to buy it, but he never contacted me again. So that's the end of that deal. But yeah, I'm going to sell the place in Texas. I'm going to list it with a realtor. So if you're interested, at some point, you can contact the realtor and buy it if you choose to. I'm going to leave the golf cart there. That's about $8,000, and yeah, but we'll put a price on it that'll take care of me, and on we go. And am I in a hurry to sell it? No, because I have enough money to take care of this tiny home. I don't have much left after that, but I don't need much. I don't, my lifestyle doesn't require a lot of income, really. I mean, I actually save money from just my Social Security. So let me turn that off. Yeah. But yeah, this road winds around where they're building a bridge here. They got 2 or 3 of them that they're building, and they're doing it pretty quick. Because I came here and they didn't have much of that done, and now they're getting ready to put on the pylons and finish her out. So anyway, guys, let's continue. We'll continue this drive till I get to I hear you, my Diet Dr. Pepper stop. I'm back on the heroin again. And why? I don't know. Just something to do. It's sort of a semi-hobby or habit. And anyway, I know that the artificial sweeteners are not really that healthy for you, but me at age 78, I don't know. I could probably eat a chicken fried steak with it, wouldn't hurt me. So live your life your way. I'll live my life my way. But again, this is just a test. Am I anxious about it? Of course I am, for several reasons. One is, the deal isn't done until money changes hands and the paperwork's done. Now, this is not a real estate transaction. This is the equivalent of buying a car, because the tiny homes are considered mobile homes or travel trailers, and they just have a title. So the owner signs the title, I exchange the money, maybe we get a bill of sale or not. I go to the assessor's office in New Mexico or Alamogordo, and because you have to pay a personal property tax based on the value of the transaction, and so that's going to run me about $30 a month for property taxes, which is not a deal killer for sure. And when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Now, as far as income tax and Social Security, there's no tax on Social Security as far as I can tell, and the income tax rates are so low, and they have so many exemptions for old folks, I ain't going to pay any anyway. So I'm not worried about that. And I do like New Mexico. The thing, why would I want to leave Texas and live in New Mexico? Well, I can't. First of all, I can't find a place in Texas that I can afford. All right, not anything decent. I looked at Fort Davis, of course. I looked at Alpine. Areas I'd like to live, and nothing. There's some things there, but not anything I'd want. And but New Mexico also is not nearly as populated as Texas. I'm not sure what the population density of Texas is. It's probably fairly low because it's got a lot of wide open land in the west. But if you're near a large metropolitan area, the population density is quite high. And out here, in Alamogordo, when you drive out of Alamogordo 8 miles or so in any direction, you're in the boonies. There are some beautiful drives around Alamogordo. From Elephant Butte to Alamogordo is about 140 miles, so it wouldn't be beyond me to hop in this Class B and come up here for a few days, and or somewhere else, or go to a BLM campground or somewhere, so because I'm going to keep the Class B for now, for sure. At some point I may get rid of it, but I don't think so, because it's just so dadgum convenient, man. Having the restroom, you're driving down the highway, you got to pee, you just pull over, and do it, or you want to fix a sandwich or take a nap or whatever. You got it all right here, and I'm getting 21 miles a gallon. So that's pretty good. And so anyway, I'm just talking here and throwing out a lot of stuff. And because what I like is getting feedback in comments that say, well, what about this? What about that? Because I don't think of everything. In fact, I miss a whole lot because I'm just one bullet aimed at a target, whereas you guys are a shotgun, and so you got a little larger pattern to collect information than I do. And there's two kinds of knowledge in the world: the knowledge you possess individually, and then there's the knowledge of all the rest of the people. And so don't mind asking questions. Be a good asker. Ask. Because if you don't ask, people don't know that you got to ask. So but I grew up in an environment in Texas that you just weren't trained that way. You were told not to ask too damn many questions. Keep your mouth shut. And that's, I guess, if you're in law enforcement or undercover or whatever, you might want to do that. But if you're just living a normal life, ask. People don't know what you want if you don't ask. So anyway, we'll let this go a little while. We got a few more minutes till we get to my Diet Dr. Pepper stop. This is a pretty area here. I did look at property here in this area, but again, this is kind of a resort area because of the big lake, and it's vacation tourist area, so naturally the properties are going to be a little not necessarily overpriced, but they're going to be a little more expensive than areas where there is not a resort or lake or whatever. This is a windy road. You really can't get in a hurry on this road anyway, which is fine with me. Yeah, again, back to the drives from Alamogordo, it's only to go to Capitan or Ruidoso is probably about an hour. It's not that far. And that's a pretty area, driving around the mountains. You got Valley of Fires, Rob Jagger's campground, you got BLM campground, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I think this might be a overall good fit for me, and I'm prepared for the downside. There's nothing that's perfect, but there's always that quote, except for that one thing, it's perfect. There's always that quote, one thing or two things or three things, no matter where you go in the world. I don't care where you go. A lot of people think they're going to go into a foreign country at retirement and live cheaper and happily ever after. In my opinion, that's probably a big mistake. Well, if you know the language, then probably you might make it. But if you don't speak the language of the country you're going to move to, then you better learn. Because that's where the culture is, in the language. All the little nuances are in the language. So we're getting close. Yeah, hang on. I hear some of you guys snoring in the background. I never do snore. I rarely snore. Okay, but I have woke myself up before snoring. When I go into one of those sleeping stupors. What I mean? Just really getting down. And yeah, but not that's about maybe two or three times a year. But yeah, this is Elephant Butte, and then just right next to this is Truth or Consequences, and then there's a third community, but I can't remember it. They got a lot of modular homes, a lot of travel trailer. They have a lot of RV parks too. Again, it's a place where people come in the summer to go out on the lake fishing or do water sports stuff. And there's my Dr. Pepper stop. Got to go in and get my quote fix. So guys, with that in mind, from Elephant Butte, New Mexico, 44 degrees, 8:40 a.m. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy anything you want, anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Doesn't cost you a penny. So if you're gonna buy something from Amazon anyway, check it out. Gasoline here shows to be $3.49 a gallon. 2 days ago it was $3.35. So something changed, you think? I'm gonna pull over here at this pump, not because I'm gonna get gas. This is ethanol free over here. These others are just regular unleaded. Is this more expensive or less expensive? I don't know if it has a price. I don't see the gallon price of that. But anyway, guys, beautiful views around here. Enjoy your day. Keep yourself happy the best way you can. Bye.